Apparently the clock did not start properly, so Sacramento will put it in play once again. The other Sacramento King in double figures, Chris Webber, with 13 points on 6 of 9 from the field. And the Kings go with their starting lineup. Bibby and Christie in the backcourt, Stojakovic, Webber, and Divac up front. Bibby. Avery Johnson. In his 14th year from Southern University. And the foul is called on the Nuggets. Hugh Hollins makes the call on Calvert Chaney.
Offensive foul on number 29. Must have been that he called Chaney for using his right arm, hooking the post-up player, the defensive post-up player, to get free for that little jump hook in front of the rim.
Sacramento at 28-9. 9 straight wins. The franchise record is 15 in a row. Divac is rejected by LaFrance. The 1950-51 Rochester Royals won 15 straight. Rick Adelman's team in a stretch playing 6 of 8 at home. This one of the 2 road games at home. Sacramento 21-1. Bibby knocks it down. So Bibby has 8 points. Kings with the best home record in the league. They have won 14 straight. The one loss at home to Dallas in overtime. That was back on December the 2nd. Chaney posting on Christie. Broken up by Stojakovic.
Go back to Rick Adelman for a moment. I think he has just done an outstanding job in bringing this team. You go back, a couple years ago, they could score but couldn't defend anybody. Then little by little last year, he put an emphasis at the defensive end of the floor. And then, they've added a couple of players here or there through the front office. Wise decision. It's great for friends. Hits another three-pointer from the outside. And they built a deep team now. You've got 3 solid guys coming off the bench behind the starters. They're much improved defensively, and everyone fears them at the offensive end.
Stojakovic with 18. Rafe LaFrance has 3 from downtown. Here's Posey for 3. Kings up 59-57. Divac, good luck from Bibby.
Vlade Divac did is follow his defensive player. His defensive player anticipated the pick and roll on the opposite side of the floor and left to go rotate. Vlade flashed right in behind him to the open spot in the middle of the wing.
Avery Johnson gets it down low to Zendon Hamilton, who's fouled. The basket counts. And the foul on Divac. That is number 4.
Number 21, Vlade Divac. That's his 4th.
I tell you, big people, that when you have a chance and you're near the basket, finish it off with a dunk, because the other big man's going to challenge you and try and stop you from scoring and put you on the foul line. So Hamilton emphatic with the dunk, and now the three-point opportunity.
3-point play for Zendon Hamilton, playing only his 15th game as a member of the Nuggets, just his 2nd ever NBA start. So the Kings now lead by 1. And Divac remains on the floor playing with the 4 fouls. Here is Bibby. Mike Bibby, despite that strained right knee, has done a good job. He now has 10 points. Kings 63, the Nuggets 60. Johnson loves that little baby hook on the run.
Try to show us his arsenal. There's his righty hook coming across the lane.
Divac providing the screen. Little pick and roll. And Divac is crunched. Foul. No, it's an offensive foul. That's 5 on Divac.
Hugh Hollins is pointing to the floor, showing Vlade that the defensive player was outside the restricted area. So on the rotation, as Vlade starts to go to the basket, does the defense get there in time, or are his feet outside the white line? According to Hugh Hollins, the answer is yes.
Gamble by Rick Adelman. And it cost as Divac remained on the floor. Picks up his fifth, now sits down, and Scott Pollard figures to see quite a bit of playing time. Scott, one of the better backup centers in the NBA. Not many good backup centers. Hamilton, oh, he tried to put it down.
And Pollard got a piece of it and stopped it from dunking another one.
Stojakovic leads Pollard. Scott Pollard in his 5th season out of Kansas, a guy who always battles, plays with great enthusiasm. He's a teammate and a good friend at Kansas. Rafe LaFrance. And LaFrance hits over his good friend, Scott Pollard.
LaFrance playing with, like you said earlier, a lot of confidence tonight. He is not hesitating at the offensive end at all. And already he has 16 field goal attempts in this game.
24 points for LaFrance. Weber, rebound, LaFrance. Denver in possession, down by 2. LaFrance for 3. Rafe LaFrance on fire has given the Nuggets a 1-point lead. He's 5 of 7 from downtown. Weber, blocking foul on the Nuggets. Foul committed by Hamilton.
Hamilton trying to catch Weber, dip that shoulder as he was spinning back towards the basket. Instead, the block is called. C-Webb goes to the line for 2.
Best basketball in some time as a member of the Sacramento Kings, making it back from that sprained left ankle.
Look at the flexibility and the luxury that Rick Adelman and his staff have when you've got 2 big men like Vlade Divac and Chris Weber. The ability to make shots from the outside, to pass and distribute the basketball, to put it on the floor, enough dribbles to go somewhere with it. It's a big plus for them.
Good play by Pollard, breaking it up. Hamilton had it knocked away, and the ball will go back to Sacramento. Friday night, the Kings are back home for Golden State. Monday night home for Memphis. A very favorable home stretch coming up for the Kings, who have been exceptional playing at Arco. Stojakovic with the step. LaFrance coming out. Coming up with his 4th block and a 5th block shot by LaFrance. Hamilton had it knocked away again. And last touch by Sacramento.
We'll see the second effort here by Rafe LaFrance. He gets the first block. Stojakovic thinks he's got a lane to the basket. There's the first piece. And then when Sacramento comes back with the ball again on the other side, he goes right back up again and gets a piece of this one on the other side of the floor, and then begins to lead the fast break, pushing it out.
Czar, not that one game can give you the thought of the impression about a player, but Rafe LaFrance, who has garnered a lot of interest around the league, I would think may have some other clubs thinking about him as the trade speculation continues. Rafe LaFrance having a sensational game. Bibby with a nice look, finding Pollard.
But based on the performance tonight, and as you mentioned, you don't judge a player's career just on one game, but you certainly see this young man has an ability to play at the offensive end of the floor and then give you something that many teams lack, a guy who can block or change shots on the other end of the floor. Now, whether or not he does that night in and night out, as we see Peja Stojakovic take it right at him and turn the corner and lay it up that time, that's the big question, because eventually you got to make a decision. Do you give this guy a big long-term contract and pay him a lot of money?
Kings now lead by 4. Stojakovic going with the left hand, protecting the ball and able to take it right at LaFrance. Up by 4. Here's an open shot for Ryan Bowen. Ryan Bowen, who has been in the starting lineup due to the injury suffered by the Nuggets tonight, coming off the bench. He's in his 3rd year out of Iowa. So the Kings now lead by 2. Weber. Basket will not count. Foul called on Cheney.
Foul number 29, Delbert Cheney, his 3rd personal foul.
So that's 3 on Cheney. The Sacramento Kings in foul trouble. Divac sitting down with 5, 3 apiece on Weber and Bibby. Rick Adelman now has Stojakovic, Weber, and Pollard up front with Christie and Bibby in the backcourt. Just under 6 remaining in the third. Shot clock to 5. And a foul against the Nuggets. Bowen picks it up.
There's the respect that Weber gets. He shows the ball, gets the defensive player to just leave his feet a little bit, get up in the air, and then Weber moves into the defensive player to pick up the contact. Show the ball like you're going to shoot it. When he gets up in the air, step into him, and you know that when it comes between Bowen getting the call or Weber, it's going to be Weber.
$15 points for Chris Weber. Sacramento by 4. It's been close right from the opening tip. Nuggets have one stretch led by 7. Kings have led by as many as 6. Bowen. Handled by Stojakovic. Found one of a palming violation. Open 3 for Christie. Yes. Doug Christie from downtown, the result of a good ball movement by Sacramento.
And you wonder, how can a player be that open in the transition game, especially against a team that's considered to be one of the better, perimeter shooting teams in the league? You've got to match up, run back hard, find your people, and then push out to them at the three-point line.
LaFrance for 3. It's good, and a foul. Potential 4-point play. Scott Pollard called for the foul. Rafe LaFrance with his 6th three-pointer of the night.
Rafe LaFrance finds himself behind the three-point line, and he knows that he has the big people that are playing him, cheating back into the lane to help out a little bit too much, so he just stays there behind that three-point line. It's a matter of his teammates looking to find them, and then it's almost as if Pollard knew he had made a mistake, tried to run out and challenge too late, got too much to the body.
That's a season high for LaFrance, 30 points, and the 6th three-pointer, a career high for Rafe LaFrance.
Well, he saw what Allen Iverson did last night. I think he was determined to come in here tonight and go after it.
There's quite a rivalry there between LaFrance, Iverson, and Kobe Bryant.
Yes, Iverson getting 58 last night.
Stojakovic. 4:20 remaining in the third in what has turned into an entertaining ball game. Bowen gets inside, and that Sacramento lead is down to 2. Pollard getting position. LaFrance on the rebound. Posey for 3. Yes.
LaFrance right now, Mark, has used up a lot of energy, and he's dragging a little bit right now. He could use a little blow on the bench at this point.
Yes, huffing and puffing at the other end of the court as Denver's taking a 1-point lead. Here's Bibby, lost it. Johnson has a 3-on-1. Posey can't finish, fouled by Stojakovic.
111-67, season high 6-game winning streak for the Nets. I don't know if it's just me, but to me, Marv and Mike have never sounded better than they do tonight, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Ernie.
I was kidding. That New Jersey-Washington final is just unbelievable. The Nets now 3 games in front of the Celtics. As Ernie mentioned, the Knicks have now lost 6 straight. They dropped to 14 and 23. And Boston with the victory at 23 and 14. 111-67. New Jersey over Washington.
What happened?
Wizards looking ahead to the Bulls.
Way ahead.
Wow. James Posey at the line with 3:39 remaining in this third quarter. And the Nuggets now lead at 77-75. That completed a 3-point play, a 9-0 run now for Denver. Here's Weber. So much for the run, and the game is tied at 77. Well, Rafe LaFrentz remaining on the floor. He has had a career night, 30 points, 6 from downtown. Nice move by Posey, and he's fouled by Stojakovic. The Denver Nugget all-time record for threes in a game is 9. And that was accomplished by Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, formerly Chris Jackson, as a member of the Nuggets. LaFrentz with 6 thus far. So Posey back at the line. That's his 13th point.
Abdul-Rauf was instant offense at one point in his career. He could come in the game, hit 6, 7 straight jump shots. He'd come off the bench shooting like that. Tremendous scorer coming out of high school, went to Louisiana State, LSU, and just a great scorer at one point in his career.
Nuggets 79, Kings 77. Weber putting moves on Bowen, had nowhere to go. Last touched by the Nuggets.
And let's give Bowen some credit. He's fighting Weber for every inch out there. Weber's having a tough time catching the entry pass, and then he couldn't go by him off the dribble. He squared him up, kept him in front of him, discouraged Weber from going to the basket, and Weber tried to give it up.
Ryan Bowen, as you can see, would have to be considered an undersized power forward, maybe 6'9", about 220. Stojakovic with the shot clock running down.
Right now, there's no inside presence for Sacramento. Everything they're doing comes from the outside at this time.
You can see Weber playing off Bowen, helping out with the double teams. Posey in traffic. Shot clock to 5. Avery Johnson. Now Bibby pushing it. Bibby. And LaFrentz with yet another rebound. That's 10 rebounds for Rafe LaFrentz. Rashawn Leonard gets another 3 for the Nuggets. They are 6 of 7 from downtown in this third quarter.
Sean Leonard spent an extra 20-25 minutes after the shoot-around this morning with assistant coach Louis Dampier, not a bad shooter himself during his career, just shooting jump shots, spotting up, and there we saw him make the last one.
Last touch by Denver.
Hamilton and Satterfield check back into the game for the Nuggets.
Zendon Hamilton is back for Denver. And Bobby Jackson has come on for Mike Bibby. And there is Louis Dampier, one of the great shooters in the old ABA, as a member of the Kentucky Colonels, coached by one Hubie Brown. Louis, the league's all-time scorer and assist man.
ABA champions that year, right? Dan Issel on that team, Louis Dampier on the team.
Star-studded coaching staff. Clyde the Glove Wrestler, now an assistant coach.
That was an elementary school at that time. Elementary school, junior high school.
Oh, look out. Crowd looking for a flagrant foul.
Foul on number 4, Chris Weber.
Chris Weber checking to see if the photographer is okay.
Against the Kings.
The anti-Rodman move by Chris Weber.
Well, Chris Weber, they're trying to stop the layup. He takes Hamilton across his arms, and then he continues to go right on in to the cameraman on the floor, hits that camera. He knows the camera's going back into the gentleman's head, so he's concerned after immediately goes over to try and help him.
Weber picking up his 4th foul. Hedo Turkoglu now coming on for Scott Pollard. Weber remains on the floor, so Weber up front, along with Stojakovic and Turkoglu. Jackson and Christie in the backcourt. Hedo Turkoglu, one of those guys to play. He could actually play all 5 positions.
Well, on a regular basis, he plays big guard, 2-spot, small forward, or the power forward position for this team. And he handles it well enough. When I saw him do it in the European Championships, where he brought the ball down the floor, for the Turkish national team, and got them into the set plays.
Jackson. The Nuggets in the midst of a 16-2 run. They lead by 7 points with this third quarter closing down. Kenny Satterfield back on the floor. He's playing the point. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by Bowen. And the Nuggets are out hustling the Kings.
Yeah, you said it. You hit it right on the nose. It's the extra effort. Remember earlier I said Mike Evans told his team that that's the way we have a chance to win games, with extra effort, pick up those easy points, the effort points, by doing the little things that help you get those baskets.
Stojakovic is fouled. He was hacked. To blow leads in the fourth quarter, and still lots of time remaining. Foul is called. Look out. 13 seconds remaining in the third.
Posey, anticipating the passing lane, tried to shoot up, get that quick layup in transition before the period would end. Instead, wound up running into Bobby Jackson. Jackson will go to the line.
Denver over the foul limit. Bobby Jackson has spent his rookie year with the Denver Nuggets. This guy's improved every season. He spent this past offseason working on the jump shot, and Rick Adelman saying that has improved. Bobby, the man who played in the fourth quarter when Jason Williams was here, has also played some of the fourth quarter this season. 86-81, Denver, final seconds of the third. Satterfield with a ball fake and rejected by Turkoglu. Foul is called.
Yes. To the football stadium, and we wanted to take a little tour, but the game was so early tonight, we didn't have time to fit it in your schedule.
Turkoglu not able to hit. And back comes Posey. Leonard, played by Jackson. Deshaun Leonard. Good save by Doug Christie. Christie open again, passed it up. Stojakovic wide open for three.
Nice decision that time by Bobby Jackson. He had a shot. He passed up his shot to get Stojakovic the three-pointer and help cut into that lead. Now we have an 86-86 game as we go to the timeout.
Back to the offense. Oh, nice pass. Weber finding Jackson. And it's Sacramento by 2.
We talked about the ability of Sacramento's big people to pass the basketball. So much of their offense comes from putting it in the hands of a Divac or a Weber and then running cuts and expecting them to make the correct passes.
That steal a moment ago by Doug Christie, his 6th of the night. That's a season high for Christie, an excellent defensive player. Weber missing the open shot. Leonard and Johnson in the backcourt. LaFrance, Cheney, and Posey up front. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth quarter. Posey, nice look by Deshaun Leonard.
Yes, a nice cut that time. Posey caught his man turning his head. Leonard was the post-up guy they were going to. I mean, they're determined to try and get Leonard off against Christie, which is a tough match for him because Christie's bigger and a good defensive player and has some toughness about him.
Chris Weber. He has 20 points. Stojakovic, the high man for Sacramento, with 25. LaFrance leading Denver with 30. Kings 90 and the Nuggets 88. We're early in the fourth.
Well, we have to watch to see in these last 9 minutes if LaFrance has enough gas left in the tank after scoring 30 points and blocking shots and grabbing rebounds to be a factor here when they need him down the stretch.
Stojakovic played on a switch by Leonard. Posey going baseline. He beat Weber for the reverse. Christie for 3. Doug Christie playing such a solid game. Doesn't force the issue. That was one of the problems earlier in his career in terms of shot selection, but he's known for his defensive presence, and he takes good shots.
And that's a 5-point swing. The 2 points that Posey doesn't get by missing that layup, and then in transition, the Kings come right back and get a 3.
Nice pass from Johnson. So Calvin Cheney brings the Nuggets within 3. Avery Johnson with his 12th assist to equal a season high. Turkoglu is fouled. Foul of the act. So Hito will go to the line. 4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Here's Christie for three. Yes! And Doug Christie heating it up from downtown. He has 14 points. He is 4 for 4 from beyond that three-point line.
And one of the toughest things is playing people away from the ball in the NBA, particularly when they're shooters on the weak side. If you are used to giving a lot of weak side help defensively, you've got to understand who you're guarding. You have to cheat a little bit more to them. It's like an infield trying to turn a double play. Those infielders have to move closer to the bag so they can get there to turn the double play. You've got to move closer to that shooter to close out on him.
Lazar bringing out other sources. Wow. James Posey hits the three.
I'll explain that baseball.
Yeah. Our producer, Scooter Bertino, mentioned as Jackson got the step that you were inspired after driving by Coors Field earlier in the day.
Yes, we drove around it a couple times as Scooter was trying to find the arena here.
I heard you were having some problems. You circled the area several times.
You did a city tour.
Yes. Kings lead 98-93. LaFrance very quiet thus far in this fourth quarter. Shot clock down to 3. Johnson is fouled up top. Non-shooting foul.
Foul to number 24, Bobby Jackson.
Foul on Jackson. So the Kings, who were quiet with only that one field goal the last 5 minutes of the third quarter, have come on strong here at the start of the fourth and lead by 5. A steal by Christie. That's his 7th. Count of 7 steals tonight.
Well, Leonard is having a tough night. Not only is he just 1 for 7 from the floor, he doesn't close out in a three-point shooter and gives up the big 3 and then has the turnover there. And now Christie goes by him off the dribble. So Rashawn Leonard not helping his team very much this evening.
Doug Christie always among the leaders in steals, made all defensive second team last year. And the Sacramento Kings have taken command. They now lead by 6. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining in the fourth. Stojakovic looking to take Leonard off the dribble. It was deflected by Leonard. Shot clock at 1. And it's a 24-second violation.
They're going to wind up calling a delay a game right now because Weber shot the ball from behind the three-point line after the They're going to wind up calling a delay a game right now because Weber shot the ball from behind the three-point line after the 24-second buzzer had gone off. The ball went into the front row of the stands. As a result, his team was hit with a delay of game.
And a second delay of game means a technical foul. Rafe LaFrance has not been able to get the ball in good position to shoot. Johnson rebounded by Jackson. Prince only attempted 1 shot here in the fourth quarter.
We talked about the gas factor. Is that tank going to be empty come fourth quarter time?
Sacramento has taken over with a 22-7 run. Weber working on LaFrance. Offensive foul. That's 5 on Weber.
Foul was called because Weber turned in so hard. This is similar to how Shaq turns into the players guarding him in the post. Dips that shoulder right here and swings in. There's that elbow catching LaFrance behind the head.
8 steals for Doug Christie. Kiki Vandeweghe said the bobblehead doll will be sitting on his desk yelling at me.
Well, Doug Moe would have been here tonight as they honored him with the bobblehead dolls, but as he calls his wife affectionately, Big Jane was not feeling well. He wanted to stay in San Antonio with her when she went to the doctor appointments that she had to go to, so that's why he could not attend tonight.
Posey not able to hit the 3. Well, we wish Jane the very best. And so I know, speaking for the entire staff, we will treasure these Doug Moe bobblehead dolls. It's a handy item, too.
Yes, it is. For you, particularly.
Stojakovic pulling one out of the repertoire, little jump hook. And the Kings now lead by 10 as we approach 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Biggest lead of the night for Sacramento. Good job by Jackson cutting off the dribble of Johnson. Leonard kept alive by Bowen. Here's Leonard. Sean Leonard. And the Kings now lead 103-95. Turgler with the step. He was met by the triple team. Avery Johnson. So the Nuggets hanging around. It's a 6-point Sacramento lead.
I think Hito Turkoglu felt that he had drawn the contact as he turned the corner going to the basket, was waiting for the whistle. There was no whistle.
Weber working on Bowen. And then able to shovel it to Christie. What a finish for Doug Christie, who now has 19 points. And we now have the official word on the number of steals by Christie. Apparently they changed one. An earlier steal credited to Christie now goes to Bobby Jackson. So Christie now has 7, which is a season high. His career high is 9. Leonard off balance, firing one. Kept alive by Chaney. Bowen doesn't even look at the basket from that distance. Chaney. Weber got a piece of it. 105-99 Sacramento.
Let's give Weber a little credit also, Mark, for making that outstanding pass to Christie last time. In between a double team, stepping through. You'll see it again now as Weber starts his pullback move. Another player runs at him. He steps through, shovels it inside, and then Christie with the finish.
Next, it is Inside the NBA presented by Hyundai with Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley. Look around the league, scores and highlights. A couple of wild scores, in particular that New Jersey romp over Washington earlier this evening. 2:22 remaining in the fourth, and the Kings have a 105-99 lead on the Nuggets. Christie played by Chaney. The lead for Weber on the roll. Weber will shoot 2.
Go back a second. Watch as Weber comes over. You think he's going to set a solid pick and roll screen right here. Suddenly he slips and goes to the basket before the defensive player can put the trap on. Rotation from the weak side, late coming over. Now 2 free throws by Weber.
4 for 6 at the line. There's a 79% free throw shooter.
And that's a play that's drawn up in the huddle. During the timeout, they'll come out and say, let's make it look like we're going to run this pick and roll. Webb, as soon as you feel the defensive man leave you and go high side or step up, you break it off and go right to the basket for the quick pass.
Sean Leonard has checked back in. Calvert Chaney, 7-point Sacramento lead. Rafe LaFrance has been very quiet here in the fourth quarter. Just as not for Posey gets it back. Hasn't really seen the basketball in good shooting position. And setting screens. Johnson takes it to the rim. So it's a 5-point lead with just under 2 to go in the fourth.
They need a defensive stop right now. Get themselves an easy score. We're going to have an interesting game down the stretch here.
Avery Johnson equaling a season high with 21, 17 coming in the first half. Jackson, another assist for Chris Weber, who's had an outstanding all-around game.
And that was an unusual dribble handoff series because Weber got himself into the lane and then passes it off as his teammate comes around and takes it in the lane for the handoff.
9 assists, 1 assist away from a triple-double. Sean Leonard keeps the Nuggets within 5. Time is running down, coming up on 1 minute remaining.
Denver has put LaFrance back on Weber, hoping that he can stop him one-on-one, that they don't have to use a double team up on him here.
Stojakovic, crowd looking for a traveling violation, and then he gets it back. So they have the new 24. Denver is over the foul limit. Here's Weber. And Jackson gets yet another possession. Foul is called. Apparently they had one to give, so that's their 4th team foul. It's called on Johnson.
Number 6, Avery Johnson.
You got to admire both of these big guys. Where Weber really went to throw this one down, and LaFrentz wasn't going to give him an easy score. He goes up and challenges right there, gets a little help from his teammate coming over, and forces the miss by Chris Weber.
And now Denver goes over the limit. Johnson again on the foul. That'll put Jackson at the line. He's 2 for 2 and an 80% free throw shooter. And this crowd beginning to file out. 16,780 here at the Pepsi Center. Sacramento now 17 of 24 from the line.
Denver still has 2 timeouts to use right now, so they get this rebound. If they get the rebound, he's on the line.
Last touch by Jackson. It will be Denver ball. With 31 seconds remaining in the 4th. Nuggets still alive, down by 5. Remaining in the 4th. And away from the ball, a foul is called. They had a foul to give, as I mentioned. It is on Sacramento. It's on Turkoglu.
They actually had a little weak side back pick taking place, trying to free up LaFrentz to come into the low post area, get a quick pass, and go to the basket quick, hoping for a foul and maybe a layup at the same time.
Now the next foul by Sacramento would put Denver at the line. Bowen had trouble with Weber, who stripped him. And then a foul. So this is the worst possible possession for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, and I like what Sacramento did just then. Instead of backing off and playing soft, passive defense, they came up. They were very aggressive. Weber makes a big play right there, comes up, gets his hands on the ball. Right now you see everybody up on the purple uniforms, denying the passing lanes, getting a hand in there, and then Weber reaches out with that right hand and takes the pass from Bowen. The steal, the foul, and now Stojakovic for 2.
Stojakovic 5 for 5 at the line, an 88% free throw shooter. 6-point Sacramento lead.
Watch inside the NBA coming up right after this with Charles and Kenny and Ernie. Ernie's been unbelievable tonight.
Kings 110 of the Nuggets 103. Denver needs a quick bucket here. Leonard gives it up. Johnson has to take it to the rim. So 110-105 and only 14 seconds to go. And the foul given by Posey. Denver is over the limit. That is 6 on James Posey, who played well. 19 points for Posey. Down to 10 seconds. Leonard. Kings did not want a foul. 112-107. Final seconds. And Stojakovic will dribble it out. That will wrap it. The Sacramento Kings make it 10 straight wins and a record of 29-9, the best record in franchise history, going back to their days as the Rochester Royals. Pedro Stojakovic, 29 points. Chris Weber, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. The final score, the Sacramento Kings 112, the Denver Nuggets 107.
Capel, Texas.
Capel, Texas?
Yeah.
It's really, you can tell it's a small town.
You can tell it's a small town.
Because when I was growing up in Leeds, Alabama, we had a Dairy Queen. Because I think they put Dairy Queens in places they can't get a McDonald's. I'm telling you the truth. We got him. We actually, you know, after I graduated and played in the NBA for 20 years, we finally got a McDonald's. But I think they put, Coppell is not Dallas.
Capel.
It's like, whatever. It's like 60 miles outside of Dallas.
Right.
So you can tell it's a little rinky-dink town. So I think, depending on how small the town is.
I like Capel. That's one of my favorites.
Mine too.
I tell you, I go there, they have this big festival every year.
You better not be caught there after dark.
Yeah,
Anything but rinky-dink.
You don't be caught there after dark.
When we come back, VA presented by
Festival's
Hyundai.
coming up.
I can't believe y'all don't understand that philosophy. If it's small, they're not going to put a McDonald's there. They're going to put a Dairy Queen.
That's great, man.
I guess small town people don't like McDonald's.
You know, like like if you go to the big city, they have like Ruth Chris or Morris Steakhouse.
Yeah.
If you're in a small town, you're going to get a Sizzler, and that's it.
Hey, somebody from the Wall Street Journal wants to talk to you. This is riveting stuff.
Oh, y'all act like I'm not telling the truth.
No, I'm not. Not at all. Hey, 1 year ago in the Atlantic Division, this the way things
Look at a Sizzler. Oh, that's
Boy,
good.
Shoney's big boy.
look how things have turned around this year.
Oh, man.
Look at just topsy-turvy in that Atlantic Division. The New Jersey Nets on top, Boston second, the Wizards third in the division, which brings us to Michael. And the Wizards going to New Jersey.
You know, right before somebody get killed, they probably have a smile on their face. He was smiling in warm-ups.
Kenyon Martin going to work. This is the way the game began. Not really this quickly, but New Jersey hitting its first 13 shots.
Wow.
Everybody getting in on the act. There's Kerry Kittles. Here's
Who's the guy who
Kenyon
missed?
Martin.
That's what I want to know. That's the
I
most
don't know.
interesting stat.
Wave
Who
him.
missed?
Wave him.
Whoever missed the first
You know
shot
the
of the
thing
game.
that's interesting, I'm impressed with New Jersey tonight because they got up for 2 games in a row. I thought they'd have a letdown. Hey,
They beat
that's my man, Mr.
They
Rashad.
beat San Antonio the other night, Charles. You were indeed, and that is a mod. And look at this play by Richard Jefferson. Nice save by Kittles. And Jefferson with a stick, and for Michael, ouch,
Never got a
111 to
chance to get-
67.
Hey, you know what I was thinking?
What?
Last time they played, how many points he had?
He had 45.
If he had a score of 45 tonight, they'd have won by 1. They lost by
Actually,
44.
I know, but see, he already had 10.
No, but I'm saying if he had scored another 45.
Another 45. That's an excellent point, Charles. Well, not many people at home thought that. But that's a 44-point loss, Charles, and that's the worst of his life. We're
I'll be looking forward to that game.
games on NBC that Saturday.
Well, who cares if it's on NBC?
Ahmad Rashad, who was in the previous highlight goes.
Well, he better enjoy it because they're going to lose the package.
Knicks.
Hey, that's one of my
Wow,
favorite people
man,
all the time,
alive.
Bill Russell.
Knicks in Boston.
He's on fire tonight.
Hey, Sprewell has been really struggling lately. 27% in the last 3 games. Didn't shoot it real well tonight, but did hit a 3-pointer right there.
You know
3
what?
of his
Adam Houston's
17.
been playing great the last couple games.
Yes, sir. Hey, Eric Williams.
Cash.
And then he made a steal off Houston on the next possession. Not seen here.
Oh,
But then
my God.
Kurt Thomas for 3 makes it a 1-point game. You got to foul right here, don't you, Ken?
You got to foul.
You got to foul.
You got to foul.
Charles, you got to foul.
Are you going to foul?
Charles, you got to foul.
Are you going to foul?
Nothing
What
called.
happened? He
Yeah,
tried to
foul.
foul.
Yeah, he couldn't. That's after the buzz. And it would have been even more of a career high for Tony Battie, who had 20 points. That's a career high for Tony, and also had 9 rebounds.
You got to foul.
Paul Pierce had 30 points, 16th time in his this season. That's the high in the league that he's gone for at least 30. Boston
And he should be
Celtics.
starting off.